Alright, so in this little anatomy and technique chat, I want to talk about isometric actions. And in your yoga practice, there's a certain kind of isometric action that is lengthening out rather than contracting in. So usually when we think isometric, we think, squeezing so there's no movement. And that gives us a very compacting kind of experience or concept. Like if you're bracing your core, it's isometric, I'm not going anywhere, but there's a sense of scrunching in. And there's a different kind of isometric action that we can create, which is lengthening in opposite directions. And this we use tons in yoga. You probably see it in Pilates or dance. And in yoga we call it polarity. And for example, if I'm just standing in Tadasana, the polarity is grounding down through the feet and lifting straight up through the center of the skull. And this is an isometric action because it takes muscular activity. I'm working my muscles in a way that doesn't actually move anywhere. So it's a muscular action that's not generating movement, but I can feel the work, and it's a lengthening and stabilizing. It's isometric in a lengthening kind of sense rather than a compressing kind of sense. And it's something that you have to feel more than just intellectualize, but you're going to find it in every yoga pose. So if I'm doing something simple like standing, as I just did, Tadasana, the polarity is running along the length of the body. Now if I make a more complicated shape like triangle pose, as I reach out and I'm setting up my triangle pose, here's the polarity. And then as I fold into revealing my full shape, here's another polarity. So I still have this conversation going. Now I have this conversation going. I also have those same polarity lines going through the legs as well. So I'm pressing down and I'm lifting up. So if you think of a two-way street, alternating current. I'm grounding down and I'm spreading out, and it's very much this starfish kind of experience. So you're like popping out in all directions, and it's powerful activation in a way that stabilizes you and holds you in a more evenly displayed pose. So your teacher may or may not have time to remind you of that concept in each pose, depending on how fast you're flowing, but it's always there anytime you display a shape. And even if you're going through a transition, if you're doing Budokan or a slow vinyasa and the arms are circling, you're getting that constant polarity as well. So looking for that, bring that as a deliberate intention into your practice, and let me know how that suits you. Let me know how it changes your practice. Cool. Okay. See you soon.